It's OTA and minicamp season, and today we're looking at the Chicago Bears and getting a good look at Caleb Williams. We're going to watch him toss the ball around, work through some drills and everything else. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at rookie camp, minicamp, OTA, soon-to-be training camp, workout clips, whatever we can find on these players so you know what your players are doing behind the scenes. Your favorite rookies, guys come back from injuries, your favorite players. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're looking at Caleb Williams here today. Minute and a half of clips here. We're going to watch him throw the ball around, work through some drills, stand around a little bit, get ready for practice, get ready for the next drill. But there he is, live and in the flesh. Got the short sweats on. Taking the handoff. Boom. Swift. Seeing some other quarterback action in there. Is that Roshan? We're going to get Kyle Monangai next. Nope. Is that Travis Homer? There's Monangai. I thought he was 25. Maybe I'm right. But there's Caleb Williams. There he is. There he is. There he is. Rolling out Caleb Williams. Boom. Getting it out. The facility looks pretty pristine here. This facility looks pretty nice. I'm going to say that. This is a nice looking facility. That was my take. That was my big take. I like the look of this facility compared to a lot of other teams. With the handoff. I love this facility, actually. It's pretty nice. I like that one outdoor facility they have practices at where they're kind of like out in the woods. You see the trees. You know, they're not out in the woods, but it's kind of got that appeal. And the background, it's got like a nice scenic look to it. The Bears got some nice facilities. I mean, where they're at, gotta make them something nice. There's some other teams, you're looking at their facilities. Like, you go look at Jacksonville, their turf's just like flying in the air. Like, it's all beat up. And that's like the first 5 minutes of practice. This is nice. This is nice. You got Swift back there. I like Kyle Monangai. I like Kyle Monangai a lot. He'll be coming up 2 running backs from now. And also, Caleb Williams going into year 2. We had that report that came out about him wanting to go to Minnesota, about the playbook and all that stuff. We'll see. New coaching staff. Big-time prospect coming out of high school. Showed off the goods at Oklahoma. Showed off the goods at USC. Had some down moments at USC. All in all, for a rookie quarterback last year, wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. You can tell there was a rookie ramp up there. It was up and down. But still, he had some moments last year. He flashed enough to where, like, we can build on that. And now we're adding some pieces to the puzzle here. We got Colston Loveland, a stud tight end prospect. That would be great for any quarterback. And then somehow Luther Burden falls to them in the second round. They got to take advantage of that. Somehow Luther Burden comes to them, which he could just become an impact star. He's not in practice right now. He's dealing with an injury. Doesn't sound like it's too bad. But he could become a star in this offense. He was projected to be a top 10 pick early on in the draft process. And then falls into the second round. He's a very twitched-up, assertive, aggressive wide receiver. And with Rome Odunze, he pairs well with him. And then you got DJ Moore. DJ Moore on the other side. You still got some time with him. But this is an offense that I expect to click this year to some degree. I expect it to take a step forward with Caleb Williams, with another year of development in the system. And with the pedigree he has, just from wire to wire, high school to one college team to another, to draft pedigree to now. Like, I expect him to take a step forward. They put the pieces in place. They reloaded. They upgraded. They built the offensive line this offseason. Like, everything's coming to a head to where he's got to be the guy. He's got to be the guy. DeAndre Swift had his moments last year. He had a slow start, I remember. Everybody was down on him. Then boom, all of a sudden start hitting. And next thing you know, you got other running backs like Kyle Monangai in there that could help out this offense too. And he's a late round pick, but this is a very deep, studly running back class. He's just a good grinder between the tackles, can do pretty much everything for you. And then on top of that, good vision, very assertive player. But I think the Bears cleaned up this year in the draft. They cleaned up. Colston Loveland, good pass catcher down the seam. He's really going to help this offense out once he gets established. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the tight end position, for a tight end to get established. That might happen. It might not for him. It might take him just week 1 of the NFL season. He's already a major impact for the team. So just be patient with him. That's historical figures with the tight end position, where usually you got to wait a little bit, sometimes a year, 2 or 3, sometimes a couple months. Last few years, you have Laporta, Bowers, those guys hitting pretty quickly. You had some other tight ends not, but prior to really those guys breaking the mold, you were waiting a little bit. So I'm just saying give him some grace. I'm not calling that out or anything. I'm just saying, hey, give him some grace. Don't get down on him, Bears fans, if it's like back in the season he starts flashing and then next year he starts hitting. Give him some grace, because the tight end position is pretty rough to learn and transition from, because you got to learn offensive line and you got to learn wide receiver. You got to be a tight end. And it takes time for these tight ends. We've seen that historically. And sometimes we see these tight ends hit on their second or third team. Sometimes it takes some time. Sometimes it takes a system. But what I believe is this is a stud prospect. Colston Loveland's a stud tight end prospect that's going to help a guy out like Caleb Williams. A guy that does like to push it downfield. He does not like to play small ball. We saw that at USC. We saw that in the numbers last year and on tape. He's like one of the top quarterbacks in deep ball attempts, depending on what site you're looking at. And he doesn't like to check it down, but he will. He showed that last year. At USC, he did not. However, different ball game at USC, different talent levels there at the running back position. You have Marshawn Lloyd's good at carrying it up the gut. But you're looking at a quarterback here that can get off script, keep the offense moving. That's actually more mobile than what you realize and what a lot of people bring up too, because go back to Oklahoma. Go back to there. He had some big runs there that you see him take off and you're like, okay, this guy can scramble a bit. He's not Mike Vick, but he can scramble a bit. So that's something to look at there. I slurred that because my mouth got a bunch of water in it. But here comes Kyle Munagai. Here he comes. There he goes. There he goes. I'm expecting him to become a good role player for this team. All in all, I'm fascinated with the Bears. I'm fascinated with the Chicago Bears. I love how they're building this team. I'm excited about what they did with the offensive line. I'm excited for Colston Loveland. First tight end off the board, and I think this is a great fit with what they want to do with Ben Johnson's system. I think this is going to be a fun one to watch. I like that Luther Burden fell to him in the second round. You couldn't draw that up any better. That's a very good wide receiver. You have him and Rome Odunze. I think those two are going to pair off each other very well. You already got people arguing on social media which one's better. I think they pair well together. I think they will, especially DJ Moore as he's getting older. You got both those two wide receivers. Now you got a good transition point for when Father Time kicks in. So that's solid. That's solid. And Luther Burden can play in the slot. He can play in the outside too. He's a very aggressive wide receiver. I hope he comes back so we can get more clips on him. But I'm very excited to see what he does on the field this year and how he develops into this offense and how he carves out a role. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.